All right. What's happening, fam? L.A.R. movement still moving. Subscriber died trying. You see the thumbnail. Judgmental Fingers. It's one of those things where we began to live in a society where, everybody's opinion, everybody who can have an opinion publicly. And because you can have an opinion publicly, you can judge any and everything. But just because you could judge any and everything and you can have an opinion publicly doesn't mean you might actually have anything valid to say. You just might be talking out the side of your neck. And an interesting thing, and the interesting thing about this is we might judge other people with our fingers, with our responses, with our tweets, with our thoughts, right? But what we won't say is, did we have a similar response to that same situation that we may be railing against? So you might come out and say, this is bad, this is deplorable, this is despicable, I would never do that. But actually, you did do that. But your fingers are more judgmental of another person because now I could project all of my self-hate towards you, and you not really know where I'm coming from or what the root cause of this is. Now, ironically, people get mad at people who are not really triggered by all of these Twitter and thumb responses, the keyboard warriors, like, all right, whatever. And for me, sometimes the judgment and judgmental fingers are just people who are clout chasing. And what I mean by that is sometimes people, because just how normal human beings work, you skip over the positive things that are in abundance and focus on the negative things that are in the minority. And because you do that, you tend to give more energy to the negative things. And people who are more positive will be like, listen, man, that don't even exist to me. And then people get upset because now you're ignoring these judgmental fingers, because there are a lot of people who are passive aggressive, in the comment section. Let me start an argument with you so you can talk to me directly. So now we have to have this whole other discussion. This whole other discussion about what's wrong with you in particular, and why the judgmental fingers come into play is because sometimes it's a deflection, because what you might be presenting, what you might be talking about, maybe a little bit, it might hit too close to home. So let me say something crazy about you personally, because the thing you put out publicly hurts my feelings. So let me hurt your feelings directly. So let me judge you. Let me judge your presentation. Let me judge your atmosphere. Let me judge anything about you. And when a person doesn't care, it's like, all right. But what I said was still valid, obviously, because you couldn't approach that part of it. And people get in their feelings about stuff like this. And for me, it makes little to no sense, because ultimately, you got people who want to be the people that they're judging. Like, you're judging a person, and you're out there with your trigger fingers, trying to thrust your judgment on a person in hopes that they'll actually heed what you say and do what you say and admit it was you saying it publicly. So by proxy, them acknowledging you gives you some sort of power. So this judgmental fingers thing, I'm trying to leverage my my animosity towards you into some type of positive outcome that I can get something from. And it's like, that's a bit presumptuous. That's a bit much. Now, people might not get it, but at the end of the day, we're talking about, you know, thinking that I can tear you down to build you up and not know you at the same time. Like I'm just an avatar online. So, the idea that you as an avatar online could just, tear somebody down or quote unquote, even build the momentum to cancel somebody and then go, it was me, it was me, it was me. But then not want anybody to dig into you, because once you dig into another person and make judgments whether they be real or false, true, real or fake, or true or false rather, when people start to look at you and start putting you in that fishbowl and staring at you in your life, all of a sudden there's a justification for everything that was done. And it's like, in the same judgmental fingers that you have, now you're scared. Now you want to act, you want to skirt around people having judgmental fingers towards you, which is ridiculous, but it's reality. So I'm done on this one. Like, share, subscribe, or die trying. Catch y'all on the next one. Peace.